Government signs Memorandum of Understanding with PICA to chart the way forward for sectoral development. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report.
This is going to be a very fast race. It's the 4x100 meter relay senior boys at the starter's order. And they're off. Grenada, get ready. It's the Grenada Athletic Association's Relay Meet 2023. The Karani James Athletic Stadium will be on fire as our nation's top athletes will blaze the tracks on Saturday, 11th February from 1:30 p.m. Come out and be part of the exciting 4x100, 4x200, 4x400, and many more relays. Admission, main stands, adults 20, children under 5 pay 10. Bleachers, adults 15, children under 5 pay 5. The bleachers will come alive with entertainment from some of our local artists and DJs. And our very own double world champion Anderson Peters would compete in a special javelin event. It's the Grenada Athletic Association's National Relay Meet, Saturday, February 11th at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Be there. Sponsored by Blue Bubbles, the National Lottery Authority, and the Grenada Olympic Committee.
Welcome back. With the details to the news for Thursday, February 9th, 2023, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. The government of Grenada has signed 3 memoranda of understanding with the Palestinian International Cooperation Agency, PICA, to initiate developmental action in various sectors. The objective is to establish a mutually beneficial relationship based on the developmental agenda in peace building and rule of law, communication and information technology, education, health, environment, agriculture, and other fields of common interest.
Grenada and Palestine share a lot in common, having gone through the process of colonialism, and our bonds of friendship stretch back several decades. This is a very auspicious moment for both of us. It shows that even people who are in the process of development like ourselves can and do share the little that they have with sisters and brothers. This is an example that all of us ought to follow. There's a saying that charity is not giving a dog a bone, but sharing your bone with the dog. And so I wish once again to say thank you very much to Ambassador, to your government and people for this gesture. And I assure you that we are going to put to full use and exact maximum benefit from this MOU that we have just signed.
We appreciate, thank, and very grateful to the government of Grenada and to the people of Grenada for all the support all these years in the international arenas, and all the support because Grenada understands what is it to be under occupation. We're here to work and say thank you. We are a country with low resources but high human resource, and that's what we are trying to share, the knowledge, the care, and to work together with our sister nation, Grenada, for a very upcoming project that will include health, agriculture, and some political consultation. We're here to say thank you now for the past and for the future support.
After affixing his signature to the document, Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture, lands, fisheries and cooperatives, Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas, said the relationship and benefits to be derived by both parties are aligned with government's transformational agenda for the agriculture industry.
This relationship we will cherish on mutual grounds. We know the strength of you, and we also have some strength. So we'll be very happy to assist you in giving you the fine taste of spice in Grenada. And we'll be very happy to welcome the scientific agriculture that you have been practicing over the years. We are now embarking on this modernizing our agricultural industry. And we know definitely we'll be able to work hand in hand with the people of Palestine in terms of assisting us in developing that important sector. That important sector means a lot to the people of Grenada, especially when we are looking at food security food and nutrition security and building that process.
Senator Jonathan Lacret echoed similar sentiments of gratitude to Her Excellency Linda Sobey Ali, Ambassador for the State of Palestine, for what he believes will be a mutually beneficial relationship based on his government's developmental plans for health.
Ambassador, we are grateful for the partnership, the collaboration and the friendship that we have with Palestine, and also for the signing of this Memorandum of Understanding. Part of the mandate of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs is for us to bolster and also fill the skills gap in many areas in our sector, part of which being the medical area of our sector as it relates to specialist doctors. And this Memorandum of Understanding is going to afford us the opportunity and the ability to do just that. So on behalf of our Prime Minister and our Cabinet of Ministers, we want to express our appreciation to your government.
Today is the start of a partnership, a long partnership, a fruitful one, in a very, very important area, which is health. Specialists, training, and exchange training between here and Palestine for our doctors. Also the opportunity or the possibility of opening a training medical center or a center for the Caribbean also, where doctors will be based and move to other islands and work on our mission based in Grenada. Looking forward to work together. We're already doing it. And thank you on behalf of the Minister of Health, on the behalf of my government, and thank you once again to all government, Prime Minister, and the staff of the ministries, and especially again, Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Activities under the MOUs will be identified through consultation between both parties, with projects and programs implemented through complementary and specific exchange of letters whenever necessary. Moving along, the government of Grenada stands in solidarity with the government and people of Turkey and Syria following the devastating February 6th earthquake and aftershocks, which have left thousands dead, tens of thousands more injured, and many still buried under the rubble. Prime Minister of Grenada, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, expressed deep sympathy and solidarity with all affected by the deadly earthquake, noting the added complexity that the disaster brings to humanitarian efforts in Syria. He said, and I quote, "We are profoundly saddened by the magnitude of destruction visited on our brothers and sisters in Turkey and Syria, and offer sincere condolences and prayers to all those impacted by this unfolding disaster." The government of Grenada shows the government and people of Turkey and Syria of our unwavering support and compassion during this most difficult time. Employees at the Maribor Farm School are excited about government's plans for the Tia Maricho Community College and the agriculture sector for 2023 and beyond. Government intends to partner with the World Bank for the provision of a highly concessional loan of US $15 million to strategically strengthen capacity at TAMCC and develop high-quality academic programs. The plan is to raise the profile of the TAMCC to its highest echelon of Caribbean education, providing a high-quality technological and vocational hub that will prepare students for the jobs that are available throughout the region. Farm manager at the Maribor campus, Marlon Thomas, says the institution has many plans to incorporate new farming techniques to develop the teaching unit.
We're looking to do some more innovative farming, some more farming that can capture not just the cultural farming that we have going on, farming where we can do some drip irrigation system along with woven fabric at the top of the soil that will allow less weeding. If you look through, you can see a lot of weed. Now, if you cover the soil with woven fabric, the water could actually get into the soil, but the weeds will not get up. So it will lessen on the labor intensity that will be on the farm. Now we will probably endeavor to do some soil testing to know the variability of the soil, what is needed, instead of just putting all kind of chemical, all kind of manure, so we know what we need. Sometimes we can even do tunnels on a plot, do a whole plot with tunnels so that we can have maybe a bell pepper doing right through the year long.
Thomas says the time has come for young people to see agriculture for what it truly is and its contribution to economic transformation.
The help from government other institutions, other funding institutions. We will really like to move farming, forward in Grenada. And the young people will see farming not just as a dirty work, but a work that is more sustainable, a work that is fun. I mean, you really have to love farming to really see what you can get from it. It's something that you have to learn and love to do.
This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
My name is Travon Lead, and I'm a fisherman of Guam, St. John's. Well, I've been fishing for about 7 years, since I was about 16. And my father is a fisherman, and I grew up in that. I love to fish, and that helps to feed the community of Guam. Some of the challenges I faced before, I had a smaller boat, and I used to row and fish. But now that I'm a successful applicant, I'm going to use the funds to buy a bigger boat and an engine, and that's going to benefit me and my family and to help others. It's a yes for sis.
Welcome back. Minister with responsibility for social and community development, Senator Gloria Thomas, says the Mount Horn Child Development Center has changed the educational and social landscape of the community of Mount Horn. The center was constructed in 2020 under the previous administration in collaboration with the United Nations Children's Fund and India UN Development Fund to provide an environment for children to grow, be nurtured, and learn skills that will lay the foundation for their development. Although the facility was completed and has been in operation since 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic delayed the official handover, which was done recently. Minister Thomas, who is also the NDC caretaker for the constituency, highlighted the significant impact the facility has on the community.
It has created jobs for residents during the construction, as well as employment for those who are now working at the center. More importantly, it has provided a safe place for our children when their parents go out to work. This essentially reverberates the fact that when we invest in health and education of our children, we win. When we prioritize their needs, we win. When we continue to collaborate with partners whose interests are vested in the fundamental development of our children, we reap the biggest returns in preventing problems later in life, and so we win.
She said any investment in child development and education is a win for the community and the country.
As a ministry, we pay particular attention to the growing evidence around the importance of these early years of a child's development. We recognize that early childhood education is a safety net and a major aspect of our social protection framework that need continuous work. We act as a catalyst to magnify resources and amplify our collective impact, investing in and promoting innovations that advance the lifelong health and well-being of our children.
UNICEF representative Peter Bult underscored the importance of investments in early child development toward building a brighter future for families and economies.
This center is, I think, so much more than a daycare center. I think the ministry rightly calls it a child development center. It provides, yes, a service to parents so that parents, mothers, can seek employment and contribute to the family in other ways. But also it supports the children. It supports the child development. It supports an essential phase in the life of the child, the first 1,000 days, the first 3 years of the child. And I think, I'm sure the role that the social workers, that the caretakers here play, the educators here play, is absolutely critical in starting to shape the life of the child together with the parents. So I think the center is so much more than just looking after the child.
The handover ceremony concluded with cultural presentations from St. Mary's RC School and the Rainbow City All-Star Steel Orchestra. And finally in the news, Mexico's new ambassador to Grenada, His Excellency Luis Manuel Lopez Moreno, has committed to building relations with Grenada in areas like trade, health, education, and infrastructure. The commitment came when he presented his credentials to Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade on Tuesday. His Excellency Moreno is now a second-time appointed ambassador of Mexico to Grenada. His Excellency also assured that more avenues to further strengthen the country's relations will be explored during his tenure.
Your Excellency, my mission as ambassador is not just to strengthen the good existing relation between our two countries, but to materialize on the juridical frame that will allow us to work on cooperation programs and to take full advantage of the opportunities that Mexico and Grenada could have in the fields of education, trade, investments, culture, and capacity building, just to name a few. At this moment, I'm pleased to be able to ensure that the government of Mexico has the firm commitment to build a new level of relations with the Caribbean, especially with the Anglophone Caribbean countries.
One day after the ambassador of Mexico to Grenada presented his credentials, the Governor General accepted another letter of credence, this time from His Excellency Dong E.O., the appointed ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Grenada. Grenada and the Republic of Korea have enjoyed a cordial friendship since August 1974. The Republic of Korea is one of the countries that has assisted Grenada in the fight against the deadly COVID-19 virus, with a substantial donation of 5,850 doses of Pfizer vaccines, 6,000 doses of Moderna to the Ministry of Health. The ambassador expressed satisfaction with the relationship the two countries have developed over the years and anticipates a further strengthening of the relationship.
Your Excellency, our shared commitment to upholding democracy, peace, and prosperity on the international stage allows us to solidify our bond. The government of the Republic of Korea values the crucial role that Grenada has played, as evidenced by its own diplomatic presence and involvement in the international community. As the new ambassador of the Republic of Korea, I'm keenly aware of my responsibilities, and I will do my best to further promote the friendly relations between our two peoples by strengthening the Korea-Grenada mutual trust and facilitating all-round cooperation between our two countries.
Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade welcomed the ambassadors and gave her commitment to strengthen areas of mutual interest. And with that story, we come to the end of the National Report for Thursday, February 9th, 2023. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sherry Ann Noel, thanking you for viewing.